Here at Merrimack head coach Joe Gallo following a 64-58 victory for the Warriors over Siena College on Saturday afternoon. Coach, could we just start with an opening statement on your team's performance here this afternoon?
Yeah, I was just, I told Jacob and John yesterday, all we really focused on the last 36 hours was ourselves and getting our defensive identity back, which I didn't think we had against Quinnipiac. So, to come out and defend the way we did, we forced 17 turnovers, had 15 steals, held them to 4 for 18 from the three-point line. I don't even have to look at all the individual stuff. That's what a Merrimack back box score is supposed to look like.
Open it up to questions.
You talked to us about keeping this game in the low 60s if you could. They didn't even get there, and especially coming off their game the other day. They scored 54 points in the second half. I think you held to 27 in the second half. How, you just talked about the defense, but is that something that you feel like as the game's going on, you continue to have success, the guys just continue to feed from the crowd and the energy, and that just continues to be the catalyst for keeping it going?
They do, yeah. When we're, when we're dialed in mentally, teams talk about, you hear all the time announcers say this team's in a great offensive rhythm. I think we get in like these unbelievable defensive rhythms where the guys are looking at each other and pointing and talking and, taking chances and jumping passing lanes, knowing that the guy behind him is going to have his back if he misses. And, early second half, the tempo was more their way. We were both, it was like basket, 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 basket. And then, I think they probably had 10 points in the last 8-9 minutes of the game. So, those are, again, like I always say, we're looking to get early offense, right? We're not looking to walk the ball up the floor, but, we like to keep these scores low and keep people out of transition and have to make them play against our five guys back all game. And we did a good job of that. They had a couple of transition opportunities in the first half, and then we got our butts back and set our D and really defended.
Bud got off to a slow start. He was doing everything else well. Offensively, I don't want to say slow start. That's not fair. Offensively, he was not making shots early on.
Yeah.
He makes big plays late, and just speak to his maturation, because in his second year, you just felt like, we talked about it, seemed like he was trying to aim the ball in, and then got a couple to go down and got that one in transition, and all of a sudden he makes big play after big play, big shot after big shot late, including obviously the three that was certainly the capper.
Yeah, I complimented him just now in front of the team, and then I told his father the same thing. I don't know if I've ever been as proud of I was of him, because it's a different type of game. They've been playing a lot more zone. I didn't think we'd see 40 minutes of zone, and if you watch us play, Bud has the ball. Unless someone else is shooting for the most part, Bud usually has the ball. So if you go zone, it's a little different type of game for Bud. Right now, I think we have some really good pieces to play against zone, some shooting. Trumper's smart on the inside of that zone. Brian's a lob threat. But I grabbed Bud at halftime and I said, just don't get bored. I said, dominate this game in other ways. This isn't going to be a 25 ball screens for you type of game. Rebound the ball, get steals, get assists, and then shoot that little foul line shot in rhythm, right? In the first half when he was 1 for 7, it's a different type of shot. Like, he makes that off the dribble all the time, but I'm not sure we work on like catch and shoots with your back to the basket versus zone. So, he was kind of holding it on a little bit too long, and then it was flat, and then in the second half he was just shooting them in rhythm, and I don't even know if one of his balls touched the rim in the second half.
Is this the best you think Savage and Beck have looked together in a game so far? Because I feel like we've been waiting for this one to happen, and it finally kind of happened.
Yeah, we all have, and again, there is a lead of shooters as I've ever coached. They're two of the elite shooters in this league. I mentioned yesterday, this is around the time in Devin Savage's first year here that he really started getting going, right? And you're going to see it with Matt. He's being more aggressive, hunting threes. It's not easy to come onto a new team after all the volume he was getting on Southern New Hampshire. As much as I say it, I'm yelling at him from the first play to shoot the ball. It's just different. He was somewhere for 3 years. He was comfortable. His teammates were comfortable with him. And as much as we've tried to make him feel comfortable, there's a little bit of an adjustment period. And good for him. He's been doing a lot of other good things. He's picked up our defense really well. And now, if the two of them are going to come out firing like this, and we're going to continue to defend and take care of the ball the way we are. We had 4 turnovers for the game. That's when we're going to be pretty tough to beat.
Final questions? Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.